Details emerge on UN workers accused of aiding Hamas raid. Israeli officials have presented evidence they say ties workers at a Palestinian aid agency in Gaza to violence during the Hamas-led attack on Israel. One is accused of kidnapping a woman. Another is said to have handed out ammunition. A third was described as taking part in the massacre at a kibbutz where 97 people died. And all were said to be employees of the United Nations aid agency that schools, shelters, and feeds hundreds of thousands of Palestinians in the Gaza Strip. The accusations are contained in a dossier provided to the United States government that details Israel's claims against a dozen employees of the United Nations Relief and Works Agency who, it says, played a role in the Hamas attacks against Israel on October 7th or in their aftermath. The UN said on Friday that it had fired several employees after being briefed on the allegations. But little was known about the accusations until the dossier was reviewed on Sunday by the New York Times. The accusations are what prompted 8 countries, including the United States, to suspend some aid payment to the UNRWA, as the agency is known, even as war plunges Palestinians in Gaza into desperate straits. More than 26,000 people have been killed there, and nearly 2 million displaced, according to Gazan and UN officials. The UNRWA workers have been accused of helping Hamas stage the attack that set off the war in Gaza, or of aiding it in the days after. Some 1,200 people in Israel were killed that day, Israeli officials say, and about 240 were abducted and taken to Gaza. On Sunday, the United Nations Secretary-General, Antonio Guterres, described himself as horrified by these accusations and noted that 9 of the 12 accused employees had been fired. But Mr. Guterres implored those nations that had suspended their aid payments to reconsider. UNRWA is one of the largest employers in Gaza, with 13,000 people, mostly Palestinians, on staff. Asked about Israel's allegations on Sunday, UNRWA said that 2 of the 12 employees were dead, but that it could not provide more information while the UN's Office of Internal Oversight Services was still investigating. 2 Western officials confirmed on the condition of anonymity that they had been briefed on the contents of the dossier in recent days, but said they had not been able to verify the details. Although the United States has yet to corroborate the Israeli claims itself, American officials say they found them credible enough to warrant suspending aid. The Times verified the identity of one of the 12 employees, a storeroom manager, whose social media profile lists him as an UNRWA employee and shows him wearing UN-branded clothes. Editor's picks. A pop, dip, and spin through the history of pose. Photos that capture the soul of 1960s Dublin. Snowy peaks, rushing rivers, and schnapps to warm your soul. The Israeli dossier, presented to U.S. officials on Friday, lists the names and jobs of the UNRWA employees and the allegations against them. The dossier said that Israeli intelligence officers had established the movements of 6 of the men inside Israel on October 7th based on their phones. Others had been monitored while making phone calls inside Gaza, during which, the Israelis say, they discussed their involvement in the Hamas attack. 3 others got text messages ordering them to report to muster points on October 7th, and one was told to bring rocket-propelled grenades stored at his home, according to the dossier.